Hey guys, today I am doing a little shadow liner look. This is actually inspired by Chloe Morello. I've been following her on Instagram and she's been doing a lot of like shadow liners lately. So I did one the other day, got a ridiculous amount of requests on Instagram to make a tutorial on it. And so here it is. Almost forgot to talk about this. I have a really cool announcement for you guys. I am having my first meetup in New York City on June 7th. I also just wanted to say happy Mother's Day because I am putting this video out on Mother's Day, and it gave me the idea to bring my mom along with me for this meetup, and I thought it would be fun if you guys brought your moms along too, or you know, like dads too. Dads are great. I love my dad and my mom. I will have more info on the meetup on my Instagram coming up, as well as in another video, but I just wanted to like let you guys know that I'm having my first meetup June 7th in New York City. Anyways, I'm so excited about this. I cannot wait. So I know a lot of you guys don't follow me on Instagram, and I've been putting almost all of my Q&A announcements out on Instagram. So I wanted to do one here. I'm doing a Q&A either next week or the week after. So leave me your questions down below. I'm using my Chanel Hydra Beauty Essence Mist. It's such a nice mist too. I feel like these things last me forever. I'm going to use a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow, and I'm putting this under my foundation. I'm just using like a large bean-sized amount on my finger and spreading that over my face. I love when I start my makeup videos and I don't use a mirror, and then I look back and edit the video and I'm like, wow, I look psycho. This is the Chanel Ultra Light Skin Perfecting Sunscreen Makeup. This is SPF 15 and I'm using the color 20 Beige. You have to shake this up before you use it. Again, squirting some of that into my fingers, my favorite way to put on makeup. And just doing a thin layer of this on my face. I'm not doing any concealer or anything yet because I want to do my eyes first, and I'm going to start with my brows. I'm going to do a little Anastasia brow definer. I actually also asked this on Instagram if you guys wanted to see a new updated brow routine, because I do my brows a few different ways. And then I'm using the Hourglass Brow Voluminizing Fiber Gel in Soft Brunette. I'm starting out with this palette by Tarte, and it is their Man Eater palette. So I'm starting out with Meow, which is this light color up here, and a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going over my whole eye. I'm using a little bit of Saucy and sticking it into my crease a little bit just to create a little bit of definition. So I'm using a angled brow brush by Sigma, and then I'm going into the darkest brown shade here. And literally what I did from here is just drew on liner, and you like don't even need to be super specific about this. Just give yourself like a rough how you want your wing to look. This is the Sigma Exact Blend E32 brush. And then I'm just going to start from the inner part and smudge that out. And so you're literally making it look like you have like a shadow of liner on your eyes. So if you smudge a little bit on the bottom there, it doesn't matter because we're going to clean that up in a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more of Midnight. Now I'm mixing it with a little bit of Saucy, which was that crease color that I did. Adding a little bit more. You always want to go a little bit heavier towards your lash line. Go back in with the brush and blend it out. So now I have like a pretty solid smoky-ish wing. This is a Sigma Concealer F75 brush, and I am using this with some Bioderma, getting some of that on the brush there, tapping the brush on my hand so it's not too wet, and giving myself a wing. You can also do this with concealer, but I find with something like a shadow wing, that makeup remover works a little bit better. I also wasn't wearing super heavy foundation, so it works, and I haven't put on concealer yet. Here, I'm actually going to add a little bit more Midnight just around the edge. This part gets like a little bit more precise now. Then I'm using a little bit of Catcall, which is just a black shade, and I'm just adding a little bit of the black just in the like outer corner here. And then cleaning up the edges one more time because I am messy. So basically the only sharp part of this that you want is on the bottom, but the top part of your wing should be completely blended out. Before I completely finish off my eyes, I'm going to do my concealer. I'm using the Guerlain Meteorites CC Glow in Apricots. Stick a little bit of this under my eyes here. Blend it out with my fingers. Oh, can you guess what concealer I'm gonna use? Glacier. I'm also really curious about what concealers you guys have been liking lately, so leave me some suggestions down below because I feel like I need to like spread myself out a little bit more with concealers because I've just been so obsessed with this one. I've been forgetting about literally every single other concealer in the world. This is it, so I'm covering that guy up. Going in with my Louder, shocker, I know. And I'm just going to set under my eyes. I'm going in with the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter. I'm using the less shimmery side, the Lightning Dust. Stick some of that on my brow, just like the tiniest bit. And then the inner corner of my eyes. And pulling it down. Curling my eyes, my Kevyn Kwan lash curler. This has been by far my favorite lash curler. Mascara, I'm actually going to be using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Starting with my bottom lashes because I find that they always get clumpy if I don't do them first. The next thing I'm using is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. And I do have to say, I feel like I've been going through this really fast. I got this a few weeks ago and I feel like there's like already so much gone, and I don't think that I use that much contour. I have been using it every day that I use makeup, which is not every day. I'm going to use as much now as I normally do. Do a little nose contour today. So I guess I'm using like a little bit more contour than I normally use, but I still feel like I've gone through this really fast. I've been using my Rouge Coco lip blush in 414. I'm using Champagne Pop and a fan brush and just adding a little bit of a highlight to my cheekbone. Had this idea the other day because I've never really been like a huge fan of Becca's pressed highlighters because they can be like a little powdery. So I started using this on top of it. This is Make's Dew Pot, and this is just in their like clear light pink dew, and I would just blot that over my cheekbones, and then I get like a little bit of the dewiness from that. And then to finish off the look, I'm just using some of the Fenty Gloss Bomb. So this is the finished look. I'm super happy with how it turned out. Everything is linked in the description below, along with my other social media. I've been putting up vlogs as well, so I'll leave the most recent one linked for you guys. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to join the Clementine Grove. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah!